the most wonderful, wonderful man that I have known. And the sad thing is I was with Joe. Me and Joe are gamblers. And we were at Gold Reef, and he was telling me how happy he is because he's taking his wife on a cruise, and that the wife is very excited. So this morning when I got a phone call that he has passed on, I said, no, it can't be him because he's on a cruise. He's on a cruise, it can't be him. A friend of mine sent me a message to say Joe was involved in an accident. Then I started believing. Firstly, I phoned Abigail. Abigail knew nothing. It has saddened me so much. He was the happiest on Saturday when we were talking. So for me, I cannot believe it, Sissy. I cannot really believe it. But what I want you all to know is he was the happiest when I last saw him. That was on Saturday, telling me about him going on a cruise with his wife. I've known Joe forever. And Joe was such a lovely human being, generous. I could say I am saddened, and I don't want to believe it.
Now, you say that you were told that he was involved in an accident. Do you have any more details on that?
Yes, I got a call, an SMS from a friend of mine, and then I called her. She said to me she got a call from his neighbors to say, because she stays in Kelvin, the accident was at Marlborough. They told her about Joe's passing. So that's when I started believing. Because I was in denial. I didn't want it to be him.
All right, let's talk about Joe Mafela's career. He made his acting debut in 1964. And of course, this is a man who we all remember so fondly because he made us all smile, especially during difficult times.
Yes. I started working with Joe. Of course, I had already known him as this Mbungulu in May. Hey, man. So I started working with Joe when we did Kululega, preparing for the first elections. And I was playing the part of his sister. And I found him to be a very wonderful person, sharing, encouraging, and all that. And on Saturday when we were talking, he was just telling me about his family, how he's got 6 children, and I was laughing at him because some were not from his marriage, but he was telling me how wonderful the wife is because the children know one another and they are a family. A happy, happy, happy man who makes other people smile, like you've said.
Now, tell us about
talented man.
Tell us about the man behind the screens. As a friend, how did he inspire you? How does he enlighten you about, being a fellow actor and comedian?
Brajo was not threatened by other people's talent. He encouraged it. And I'll tell you, because we were laughing about injury time. We were once invited to Mtanzane by some fellow who bought a single air ticket. And I was saying, Brajo, I cannot go anywhere where I am bought a single ticket. But because of my respect and love for Brajo, we went. Guess what? We ended up not being paid. We ended up not being given food at this Mtanzane hotel. And Brajo had to phone his agent to buy us tickets. We were 11. And I said, Brajo, I will buy my own ticket. But Brajo was that kind of person. Imagine buying tickets from your pocket for other fellow actors because somebody has cheated you. Brajo was just a wonderful human being. And Ilomuntu Obeti fill up the table and check out the empties. If you were with him in a shebin, you didn't have to pay. He used to pay. As a result, I remember when we went to Mangaung, where I was MC, and he was also there, and they had booked us in Velkom. Velkom is far from Bloemfontein, where the function was. So I took Brajo to my family. I said, we are not going to be driving to Velkom. There's too much traffic. Remember Mangaung. So we had a wonderful time. We drank our whiskeys. It was just about love and laughter.
Now, of course, he made his debut during apartheid, during the struggle.
Yes.
How would you say he dealt with the oppression but still made his mark on television and still made his mark in memories of South Africans who were, fighting during the struggle?
I would never be able to answer that truthfully. As you know, I'm very young. Joe is old. So I didn't know him in his early days. But what I know, strange enough, on Saturday we were speaking about politics and how we are being marginalized as actors, even though actors were very active. They brought about this change that we have today. But we are not given that same respect. For instance, we were even speaking about the SAFTAs, to which he wasn't invited, I wasn't invited. And we said, you know what, Joe, we do what we do because we love it. Whether we get invited to the SAFTAs or not, I mean, I'm a producer and don't get invited. And we said, we do what we do for the love of it.
How would you want South Africans to remember him?
As the most kind, talented, wonderful. To be with Joe is to be with God because he makes you feel good about yourself. He respects people. Man, I know. I don't want to be singing Congo Mame at his funeral because he used to sing bad.
The happy memories is, what we remember when somebody passes away. Just tell us about some of the happy memories you'll have of Joe Mafela.
Like I told you, we went to Tanzania, even though the guy who had invited us didn't pay us. For Brajo, it was a hell of a joke because when he wanted the guy to pay us, and we were being expelled from the hotel because that guy hadn't paid, and he kept telling us, you know what, we live injury time, and me and Joe, whenever we meet, we used to say, injury time, because this guy didn't pay us, and he was telling us about how we are living during injury time. No. You see, I'm devastated.